Let's start with a question that will change how you see everything you do from this point forward. Is this the best use of my time right now? I want you to really think about that. How many times during the day do you waste time on things that don't bring you closer to your goals? How often do you fall into the trap of distractions, scrolling through your phone, or mindlessly engaging in activities that won't move you forward? Time is the one thing you cannot get back. The minutes, hours, and days that are slipping through your fingers right now, they're gone forever. Once it's gone, it's gone. We live in a world that moves fast, and we're constantly battling against the clock. We think we have all the time in the world, but the reality is we don't. Time isn't on our side. We can't store it up or get it back once it's gone. Every day you spend not fully utilizing your time, you're losing out on the opportunity to build the life you want. That's why this question, is this the best use of my time right now, is a game changer. It forces you to assess what you're doing, prioritize what truly matters, and choose your actions wisely. Think about the times when you've procrastinated or put off important work. Sure, it may feel good in the moment to take a break or check your social media for a few minutes, but what's the cost? It's not just about the minutes you lose, it's about the momentum. It's about the opportunity to make progress that you missed. Those few moments add up, and before you know it, you've lost a day, a week, or even a month. Every time you ask yourself, is this the best use of my time right now? You force yourself to stop wasting those valuable moments. You start taking action that matters. If you have big goals, whether it's building a business or achieving financial freedom or becoming the best version of yourself, you can't afford to waste time. Every action you take should move you closer to those goals. Doesn't matter how small the step is, what matters is that you're moving forward. Ask yourself, is this moment helping me get closer to my goals? If the answer is no, then you've just identified a place where you can redirect your energy into something that will move you forward. Focus is key. We live in an age where distractions are everywhere. It's easy to get pulled into an endless cycle of notifications, emails, and random activities that keep you busy but not productive. But focus, real, intense focus on what matters, is the difference between those who succeed and those who don't. When you ask, is this the best use of my time right now? It's a way to refocus yourself on what really counts. It brings clarity and purpose to your actions. Most people don't consciously think about how they're using their time. They let life happen to them, reacting to situations rather than proactively deciding how to use each moment. But when you start asking, is this the best use of my time right now? You shift from being a passive participant to being an active creator of your life. You begin to choose what matters, choose what serves your purpose, and decide what deserves your time and energy. Intentionality becomes a habit. Time is the one resource that is finite. You can always make more money, you can always find new opportunities, but you can never get back lost time. Think about the people who are doing extraordinary things in the world, the ones who are achieving their dreams, making an impact, and leaving a legacy. Do you think they're wasting time? No. They're focused on making every single moment count. When you ask yourself, is this the best use of my time right now? You start treating your time as the precious asset it is, and you begin to prioritize it accordingly. Every choice you make with your time has a ripple effect. If you waste time today, it can negatively impact tomorrow, next week, or next month. But if you use your time wisely today, it can set you up for success in the future. One small action, when done consistently, compounds over time. When you consistently ask yourself, is this the best use of my time right now? You're creating a powerful habit that will pay off exponentially. It's not just about the immediate impact, it's about creating momentum that keeps building. There's a difference between urgency and important action. Urgency often leads to stress, rushing, and doing things out of habit or reaction. But asking yourself, is this the best use of my time right now, forces you to think critically about what you're doing and why. Urgency doesn't equal productivity. You might feel like you're doing something important, but is it aligned with your long-term goals? Is it something that will move the needle in your life? Urgency without focus can lead you to burnout and frustration, but when you focus on using your time effectively, you get more done with less stress. Here's what I want you to do right now. Start making a habit of asking yourself, is this the best use of my time right now? Every time you're faced with a decision, whether it's a big task or a small action, pause and ask that question. You'll begin to notice how much time you're wasting on things that don't serve you. You'll start to prioritize actions that align with your vision and purpose. And most importantly, you'll stop letting life pass you by. Every moment you take back, every second you claim as your own, brings you one step closer to the life you deserve. Growth is the foundation of progress. If you're not growing, you're going backward, whether you realize it or not. In life, there's no such thing as standing still. The world around you is constantly changing, evolving, and moving forward, and if you're not growing alongside it, you'll quickly find yourself being left behind. So the key question is, am I growing or am I stagnating? Growth doesn't just happen by accident, it's a conscious decision. You have to make the choice every single day to challenge yourself, to learn, to push your limits, and to step outside your comfort zone. If you're not making those choices, then you're stagnating. You're allowing your potential to go untapped. But growth begins with that one simple realization, that it's up to you. Stagnation sneaks up on you. It often starts with comfort. You get comfortable with where you are, with the people around you, with the things you know, and suddenly time starts passing without you realizing that you're not making any real progress. Complacency sets in when you stop asking yourself the hard questions, when you stop striving for something greater, and when you settle for mediocrity. How can you tell if you're stagnating? Stagnation looks like hitting the snooze button on your dreams. It's the feeling of going through the motions without passion or purpose. It's when you're stuck in a routine, doing the same things over and over with no growth or excitement. You're not challenging yourself, learning anything new, or evolving. If you've noticed yourself slipping into this pattern, it's time to ask the question, am I growing or am I stagnating? Growth isn't comfortable. It doesn't feel easy, and it doesn't always feel good. But that's the price of progress. Every time you step outside of your comfort zone, you're growing. Growth happens when you push yourself beyond what you thought was possible. When you embrace discomfort, take risks, and face challenges head on. It's the growing pains of transformation that make you stronger and more capable. One of the most important elements of growth is continuous learning. You can't grow if you don't seek new knowledge and experiences. The most successful people in the world are constantly learning, adapting, and improving themselves. Whether it's reading books, attending seminars, learning a new skill, or seeking feedback from others, to truly measure growth, you need to grow. This requires honest self-assessment. Are you in the same place today as you were 6 months ago, a year ago, 5 years ago? The answer is yes, then it's a clear sign that you need to shift your mindset and approach. Growth requires movement. And if you're not progressing, it's time to reevaluate your strategy, your mindset, and your actions. Stagnation doesn't just result in missed opportunities, it costs you your potential. It robs you of the opportunity to become the person you were meant to be. Stagnation is the killer of dreams. It's easy to stay stuck in the familiar and comfortable, but every day you stay stagnant is a day you're not getting closer to your fullest potential. You have a greater version of yourself inside you, but only growth will unlock that version. To grow, you must cultivate a growth mindset. This means you believe that your abilities and intelligence can be developed over time through effort, learning, and persistence. On the other hand, a fixed mindset, where you believe your qualities are set and unchangeable, keeps you stagnant. Growth doesn't happen with a fixed mindset. It happens when you adopt the belief that you can evolve, improve, and overcome challenges. When you choose growth, you start seeing new opportunities, new challenges, and new results in your life. The reward of growth isn't just about achieving a goal, it's about who you become in the process. Growth leads to self-confidence, resilience, and the ability to face life's challenges with a sense of purpose and determination. So ask yourself every day, am I growing or am I stagnating? Make the decision to grow, and everything in your life will begin to change. The question, what can I contribute to others right now, has the power to transform not only your life, but the lives of everyone around you. Too often we're focused on what we can get, what we can achieve, and how we can improve ourselves. But the true key to living a fulfilling and meaningful life isn't found in what we receive. It's found in what we give. Contribution is the most powerful way to create lasting change in the world and within yourself. When you focus on others, you unlock a level of fulfillment that can't be matched by personal success alone. We live in a world that constantly tells us to look inward, to focus on our own goals and desires. While it's important to take care of ourselves, true happiness and growth often come when we shift our focus outward. Instead of constantly asking, what's in it for me? Ask yourself, How can I make a difference in someone else's life? Whether it's a small gesture, offering help, or simply being there for someone, contributing to others can create a ripple effect that impacts you and your community in powerful ways. There is something incredibly powerful about the act of giving. It's not just about material things, it's about your time, your energy, your compassion, and your skills. When you give to others, you are investing in them, in their growth, and in their potential. The return, a sense of purpose and connection that can't be bought. Giving makes you feel alive. It reminds you that you're part of something much bigger than yourself. It builds deeper relationships, fosters a sense of belonging, and fills you with gratitude. When you ask yourself, what can I contribute to others right now? You start to think beyond the moment. You start thinking about the impact you want to leave behind. Contribution is not just about giving once in a while. It's about building a legacy of service, kindness, and generosity. Every time you contribute, you're shaping the world in a positive way, and you're creating a ripple effect that impacts others long after you've moved on. Your legacy is built on the difference you make in the lives of others. You don't have to give in grand, dramatic ways for it to count. Contribution isn't always about making a huge impact. It's about the quality of your giving. Sometimes the smallest act of kindness, a compliment, a listening ear, a small favor, can have the biggest impact. It's about showing up for others in ways that matter. It's about being present, being genuine, and offering something that truly benefits someone else. When you focus on contributing to others, you'll notice something amazing. Your own life begins to improve. You may feel more fulfilled, more energized, and more connected to those around you. Why? Because contribution is linked to happiness. Research shows that when you give to others, your brain releases dopamine, creating feelings of joy and satisfaction. It's a powerful reminder that, in giving, you receive. The more you contribute, the more you elevate your own emotional state, creating a positive cycle of giving and receiving. Sometimes we hold back from contributing because we fear that we don't have enough to give. We may worry that we'll run out of resources, that our time is too limited, or that our efforts won't make a difference. But this mindset of scarcity is exactly what keeps us stuck. In reality, the more we contribute, the more we find that we have to give. Contribution helps us tap into abundance, whether that's time, energy, love, or knowledge. The more you give, the more you create space for more to come into your life. Don't wait for enough. Start giving now and watch how abundance flows into your world. One of the most profound results of contributing to others is the connection you build. When you show up for others, you're not just helping them, you're strengthening your bond with them. You're creating trust, understanding, and deepening your relationships. Contribution is the glue that connects us as human beings. Whether it's helping a friend, offering advice to a colleague, or volunteering in your community, every act of service builds a stronger network of relationships and creates a sense of unity. Contribution doesn't have to be a grand, once-in-a-lifetime gesture. It's not about making a huge donation or solving all of the world's problems. Contribution is something you can do every single day in small and simple ways. You contribute by smiling at a stranger, giving someone a compliment, helping a coworker with a task, or simply being present for a loved one. Every time you show up with the intention to serve, you're contributing. These small actions compound over time, creating a life that is both meaningful and impactful. When you focus on contributing to others, the impact lasts far beyond the moment. You may never know how deeply your actions affected someone or how far your kindness rippled, but that doesn't matter. The point is, contribution plants seeds of change, growth, and positivity in the world. Every time you contribute, you make the world a little brighter, a little kinder, and a little more connected. And in doing so, you not only change others' lives, you transform your own. When you wake up each day, do you have a clear vision of where you're heading? Do you know your purpose? Why you do what you do? If not, it's easy to get lost in the daily grind. You can easily get distracted by what's in front of you, only to find that you've been putting energy into things that don't align with your bigger goals. The question, is this aligned with my vision and purpose? Serves as a compass. It ensures that you are on track, focused, and working towards something that truly matters. It helps you maintain clarity and navigate life with purpose. When your actions align with your vision and purpose, life feels effortless. You wake up every morning with enthusiasm and clarity because you're doing what you were meant to do. There's an inner satisfaction that comes from knowing your work matters, that your efforts are contributing to a greater good. On the other hand, when you're out of alignment, It feels like you're forcing things. You might be busy, but you won't feel fulfilled. Alignment makes your journey smoother, more enjoyable, and more impactful. A vision is more than just a goal. It's the big picture of what you want to achieve in life. It's the direction you're heading, the legacy you want to leave behind, and the person you aim to become. A clear vision serves as a guide, helping you stay focused even when obstacles arise. Your vision should excite you, challenge you, and motivate you to take action every day. It's a powerful force that drives you forward, so make sure you take the time to craft a vision that is inspiring and compelling. Once you have your vision in place, you can ask, is this aligned with my vision and purpose? To ensure that every decision you make supports that bigger picture. Purpose is what gives your life meaning. It's the reason you wake up in the morning and do the work you do. Your purpose is often linked to your passions, your values, and your unique gifts. It's easy to get caught up in the noise of society or the pressures of others, but true fulfillment comes when you are living in alignment with your purpose. When your actions and decisions align with your purpose, you experience a deeper sense of satisfaction and drive. That's why asking, is this aligned with my vision and purpose, is such a powerful question. It brings you back to your core values and reminds you of why you're doing what you're doing. When you're out of alignment with your vision and purpose, everything becomes harder. You start to feel drained, disconnected, and uncertain. You might find yourself overwhelmed by stress or feeling like you're not making progress. You'll often struggle with motivation because what you're doing doesn't feel meaningful. In this state, it's easy to burn out, lose confidence, and become disillusioned. But when you check in with yourself by asking, is this aligned with my vision and purpose, you can realign your actions and get back on track. It's about course correcting before it's too late. When faced with decisions, it's tempting to choose the path of least resistance or follow what others are doing, but those decisions might not always be in alignment with your vision and purpose. When you ask yourself, is this aligned with my vision and purpose? You gain clarity about whether this choice will bring you closer to your goals or take you off course. Every choice you make, from how you spend your time to who you spend it with, has an impact on your long-term success. Make decisions that serve your bigger purpose, not the temporary distractions that might seem appealing in the moment. One of the most powerful ways to gauge alignment is by how you feel. When you're aligned with your purpose, you feel energized, inspired, and unstoppable. Your energy flows effortlessly toward your goals. But when you're out of alignment, you feel drained, uninspired, and stuck. Energy is a clear indicator of alignment. If you feel exhausted by something, it might be a sign that it's not serving your vision. On the other hand, when you feel excited, fulfilled, and at peace, you can be sure you're in alignment with your greater purpose. To stay aligned, you have to take consistent, purposeful action. Vision and purpose without action are just dreams. To turn your vision into reality, you need to make daily choices that are in alignment with it. Ask yourself the question regularly, is this aligned with my vision and purpose? It will help you prioritize what truly matters and let go of distractions. Every action you take should move you closer to your vision, so be intentional with your time and energy. Alignment doesn't just mean following your vision, it also means staying true to your values. Your values act as the foundation of your purpose. Your actions contradict your values, you'll feel conflicted and unsatisfied no matter how much success you achieve. Ask yourself, is this in alignment with my values? If the answer is no, take a step back and reassess. Alignment means acting from a place of integrity and authenticity, where your actions reflect what you truly believe and care about. Staying aligned with your vision and purpose requires commitment. There will be moments of doubt, moments when the path seems unclear, when obstacles get in the way, but when you're clear about your vision, you'll be able to weather those storms. Remind yourself daily, is this aligned with my vision and purpose? When you commit to living in alignment, you make the choice to keep moving forward no matter the challenges. Your vision becomes your North Star, guiding you through the toughest times and ensuring that every step you take brings you closer to your purpose. Imagine for a moment that failure doesn't exist. Picture a reality where every step you take, every risk you face, every venture you embark on leads you to success. What would you do? What would your life look like if you were free from the fear of failure? The question, what would I do if I couldn't fail, is powerful because it forces you to consider a life where fear no longer holds you back. It removes the mental barriers that have kept you stuck and allows you to dream big, act boldly, and pursue your deepest desires. One of the most limiting beliefs many people have is that failure is something to be avoided at all costs. We're conditioned to fear failure, to see it as the end of the road rather than a part of the process. But what if we shifted that mindset? What if we saw failure as simply a stepping stone on the path to success? If failure weren't an option, you would act without hesitation, knowing that every move you made would lead you closer to your goals. In this mindset, you become unstoppable. Most people live their lives within the constraints of what if. They hold back from pursuing their dreams because they're afraid they might fail. But living in this fear means living with regret. If you could never fail, what would you do differently? What dreams would you pursue? What passions would you chase? When you free yourself from the fear of failure, you take bold actions. And it's in these actions that you create the life you've always wanted. You stop wondering what could have been and start creating what will be. Our comfort zones are filled with limitations. We stick to what's familiar because it feels safe, but in doing so, we trap ourselves in a cycle of mediocrity. But when you ask yourself, what would I do if I couldn't fail? The boundaries of your comfort zone begin to dissolve. You start to see opportunities instead of obstacles. The thought of trying new things no longer feels terrifying, it feels exciting. It's no longer about protecting yourself from failure, it's about pushing the limits of what's possible and realizing your full potential. Success isn't a destination, it's a journey of growth. If you couldn't fail, you would see every challenge as an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to improve. Instead of fearing setbacks, you'd embrace them as necessary steps in the process. This mindset is crucial because the road to success is rarely linear. There will be bumps along the way, but when you view failure as simply feedback, you're able to pivot, adapt, and keep moving forward. The key is to keep taking action, knowing that failure is never the end. It's a part of the path towards success. Imagine unlocking your full potential without the chains of fear or self-doubt. What would you achieve? What would you create? If you knew you couldn't fail, you would push yourself beyond what you thought was possible. You would take risks that seem unimaginable now. You would stretch your capabilities and reach new heights. The question, what would I do if I couldn't fail, forces you to see the vast untapped potential within you. It invites you to step into your power and take control of your destiny, no longer waiting for the perfect moment, but creating it. The key to achieving extraordinary things is taking massive action. When you're paralyzed by the fear of failure, you hold yourself back from taking the necessary steps to move forward. But if you knew that failure wasn't an option, you would leap into action without hesitation. You'd take bold, decisive steps toward your goals. Taking massive action isn't about perfection, it's about momentum. When you're not afraid of failing, every step becomes an opportunity to refine, improve, and move closer to your vision. You start to see every failure as an experiment that teaches you what works and what doesn't. When you remove the fear of failure from the equation, a world of limitless possibilities opens up before you. You stop seeing walls and start seeing doors. Every challenge becomes an opportunity, and every setback is a lesson in disguise. If you knew you couldn't fail, you would start thinking differently. You'd see opportunities everywhere, both big and small. The world is full of untapped potential, and by freeing yourself from the fear of failure, you open yourself up to all the incredible possibilities that await you. The more you take bold actions, the more you begin to build confidence and resilience. If failure is never an option, you would take action, fail, learn, and adapt. But with each failure, you would grow stronger and more confident. You would learn how to pivot, recover, and keep moving forward. This builds a level of mental toughness that allows you to face bigger challenges with courage. The fear of failure starts to fade, and you realize that it's not about avoiding mistakes, it's about learning, growing, and staying in the game no matter what. Finally, if you knew you couldn't fail, what would your life look like? Would you start that business you've always dreamed of? Would you travel the world? Would you write the book that's been inside of you for years? Living without the fear of failure means stepping into your true potential and designing the life you want. It's about going after your dreams with unwavering confidence, knowing that no matter what happens, you will learn, grow, and continue to progress. When you live as though failure is not an option, your dreams become your reality.